Hello, good morning students. In the previous video, we have discussed the formation of rainbow, why the rainbow is an arc shape and not a rectangular strip, and distinction between a primary rainbow and a secondary rainbow. So in the primary rainbow, the innermost color band is violet, the outermost color band is red, whereas in secondary rainbow, the innermost band of color is a red color and outermost color is of violet color. Colors are inverted in case of secondary rainbow in comparison with primary rainbow. Second rainbow is always formed over the primary rainbow because the angular elevation of the band of colors for the second rainbow is 50 to 53 degree, whereas for primary rainbow the angular elevation of a band of colors across the sky is 40 degree to 42 degree. So observer receives 40 violet color light at a 40 degree and red color light at a 42 degree, whereas in a primary rainbow, whereas in a secondary rainbow the observer on the earth receives red color light at a 50 degree, whereas violet color light at a 53 degree. So the angular elevation for the band of colors in second rainbow lying between 50 and 53 degree, secondary rainbow lies above the primary rainbow. Primary rainbow is a 3-step process, secondary rainbow is a 4-step process. Hence, the second rainbow is fainter than the primary rainbow. In our today's class, we discussed the optical instruments. So already we have come across various types of optical instruments, namely binoculars. They work on the principle of refraction of light or property of light, refraction of light, based on which the binoculars do work. Camera also work on the basis of a refraction of light. Projectors work on the property of light called refraction of light. Periscope is an optical instrument, works on the principle of refraction of light. Kaleidoscope is one such optical instrument, also works on the basis of dispersion and refraction of light. Pinhole camera works on the basis of a rectilinear propagation of light. So all the optical instruments work based on one of the properties of light. So as per our syllabus, we will be discussing the optical instruments such as microscopes and telescopes. Microscope is an optical instrument which is made used to see the microorganisms or microparticles. In other words, the particles, the objects are of the size of the order of 10 to the power of -6 meters, which the objects which cannot be seen with our naked eyes, they are to be seen under microscope. So microscope is an instrument to see the minute particles or minute objects or microorganisms such as plant cell, animal cell or tissues in the muscles can be viewed under microscope. In a microscope, there are types of microscopes: simple microscope and compound microscope. Simple microscope is just a magnifying lens. A magnifying lens. A compound microscope comprises of two lenses, convex lenses. One serves as an objective, the other serves as an eyepiece. In compound microscope, there are various types. Uh, the conventional microscopes what we use in our biology lab as well as in a physics lab comprises of two convex lenses. The various types of compound microscopes are oil immersion compound microscope and another one is ultra microscope. In ultra microscope, ultraviolet light is made use, whereas in a conventional compound microscope, visible light is made use to illuminate the objects. Uh, Another one is electron microscope. Electron microscope is one in which the magnification is 50,000 times. Other than electron microscope, there are superconducting microscope wherein the object is magnified 100,000 times. So in detail we will be studying the ray diagram, the image formation and angular magnification for both the simple microscope as well as compound microscope. Then comes telescopes. Telescopes are the optical instrument which are used to see the distant celestial bodies. Distant celestial bodies, even the distant objects several kilometers away, the objects which are such a distance, they can be seen under microscope. The types of telescopes are terrestrial telescope. The terrestrial telescope wherein we get the erect image, the final image will be erect image. In this terrestrial telescope, instead of two lenses, the three lenses are made use to see the erect image of an distant object. Then comes astronomical telescope. Astronomical telescopes are made use to see the distant celestial bodies such as asteroids, planets, stars, right? Astronomical telescopes are made use of the two convex lenses. The object what we see, the distant object what we see is always a inverted object. In this astronomical telescope there are two types, refraction type astronomical telescope and reflection type astronomical telescope. Reflection type astronomical telescope is also called as a Cassegrainian telescope. Who invented this particular telescope, that is a reflection type astronomical telescope, hence it carries the name Cassegrainian telescope. Here also we will be discussing the astronomical telescope with a ray diagram and we will be defining the angular magnification. Angular magnification. So let's begin with the simple microscope. Ray diagram, magnifying power or angular magnification of simple microscope and compound microscope. Simple microscope. Simple microscope is just a convex lens having a short focal length. AB is the linear object to be placed between the optic center and the principal focus. To get the position and the nature of the image, we consider a set of rays starting from the object. A ray parallel to the principal axis, another ray passing through optic center, a ray a ray parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the focus. A ray passing through optic center travels undeviated. Observer will be at this end to view the image of the object. Both the refracted rays are diverging. They do not meet, they do not intersect. That's why the image is not a real image. These are diverging refracted rays, they are produced backward. When they are produced backward, they intersect each other at a point. Through this point of intersection, a perpendicular A dash or B dash is drawn, which gives the position and nature of the image. So position is, the image is formed on the same side of the object. It is a virtual and erect image. Virtual and erect image. If I take u as the object distance, according to sign convention, it is measured opposite to the direction of light. Hence, it is negative. And focal length is always positive here. In case of convex lens, focal length is positive. And image is formed on the same side of the object. So the image distance is V, and we take it as a minus D. Since we position this lens or the object such a way that the image is formed at a distance of 25 centimeter from the lens. This 25 centimeter distance is called as least distance of a distinct vision. Least distance of distinct vision. So whenever we read newspaper or read textbooks or reference books, we have to keep always a book or the paper at a distance of 25 centimeter from our eyes, and then there will be not much strain on our eyes. So the minimum distance to keep the book to read it is 25 centimeter from the eye, which can be seen distinctly and clearly for a normal eye. Those who are having the defects of vision, they wear the spectacles to correct the defects. But for a normal eye, where the book should be kept, a book or a newspaper is to be placed at a distance of 25 centimeter from the eye to read it comfortably without much strain on the eyes. And this particular distance is called as a least distance of distinct vision. So the experimenter, the observer, has to position this lens and the object such a way that the image is formed at a least distance of distinct vision. Bear in mind, here both the object distance is negative, image distance is also negative according to Cartesian new sign conventions. Thereby, we define a magnifying power of a simple microscope, also called as angular magnification, denoted by capital M. So capital M is tan beta by tan alpha. We need to mark beta and alpha in the ray diagram. Beta is the angle made by the image at the lens or the eye. So here beta is the angle made by the image at the lens or the eye, image being at a least distance of distinct vision. And alpha is, now you have to imagine this object AB as a least distance of a distinct vision, say A dash C dash. A dash C dash. We are imagining the object at a least distance of distinct vision. Then this object subtends an angle alpha at the lens or the eye. Beta is the angle made by the image at the lens. Alpha is the angle made by the object at the lens when both the image and the object are at a least distance of distinct vision. So we can define the angular magnification or magnifying power as the ratio of tangent of the angle made by the image at the lens to the angle made by the tangent of the angle made by the object when both the object and image are at a least distance of distinct vision. That is tan beta by tan alpha. Tan beta is opposite side by adjacent side. Adjacent side is capital D, opposite side is A dash B dash, and here tan alpha is A dash C dash. A dash C dash height is the same as height of the object AB. That's why A dash C dash is replaced with AB divided by D. D get cancelled. We will be left with A dash B dash by AB. That is the ratio of a linear height of the image to the linear height of the object. Then a linear magnification. Angular magnification is different from linear magnification. Linear magnification is defined as the ratio of image distance to the object distance. Image distance to the object distance. It is denoted by small letter m. Applying a sign convention with Cartesian new sign convention, v can be taken as minus d, u can be taken as minus u, minus minus held cancel, and we will be left with d by u. Then using the lens formula, 1 by f, where f is the focal length of the given convex lens, v is the image distance, u is the object distance. Applying a sign convention, with the sign convention we can write 1 by f equals to 1 by minus d. V is replaced by minus d, minus of 1 by u. U is taken as minus u. U is written as, applying the sign convention, u can be written, we will take it as minus u. So using a lens formula, 1 by f equals to 1 by minus d minus 1 divided by minus u. Rewriting, we get 1 by f equals to 1 by u minus 1 by d. Multiplying throughout this particular equation, say 2. Multiplying equation 2 throughout by capital D, we get d by f, d by u minus d by d. D by d held cancel. So d by f equals to m minus 1, since d by u equals to linear magnification m. Rewriting, we can get linear magnification small m equals to 1 plus d by f, where the symbols have the usual meaning. Small m stands for linear magnification. Capital D is a least distance of a distinct vision, and f is the focal length of given lens. Further, if this object AB, instead of being between focus and optic center, if it is been placed at the principal focus, if object falls at principal focus, then these refracted rays will remain parallel and the image is formed at infinity. Real, inverted, enlarged image is formed at infinity when the object AB is placed at the principal focus. When the object is at the principal focus, both the refracted rays remain parallel. They meet at infinite distance. They meet at a point at infinity. Then the nature of the image is real, inverted, enlarged image is formed. And for that particular case, object being at a principal focus, object placed at the F, the real, inverted, enlarged image is formed at infinity. For image being formed at infinity, linear magnification m is given by just d by f. This is third equation, let us call, and this is the fourth equation. Equation 3 is a linear magnification produced by a convex lens at a least distance of a distinct vision given by 1 plus capital D by f. For the same lens, when the object is at f, the image will be at infinity. The linear magnification is just given by the ratio of capital D to focal length, least distance of distinct vision divided by f. And this is a constant quantity. D is always, it is 25 centimeters. Now we will discuss a particular case. Say for a given focal length, say 5 centimeter. For given focal length 5 centimeter. For this particular case, the linear magnification amounts to 25 by 5, that equals to 5. It has no units. It has only magnitude. So the linear magnification for the given convex lens, when the image formed at infinity, it is 5. Whereas for this particular case, the linear magnification is 1 plus 25 by 5. So it is 1 plus 25 by 5, which amounts to 6. So out of these two cases, the experimenter, which case he has to prefer? The experimenter has to prefer whether this case, getting the linear magnification 6, or this particular case, getting a linear magnification as 5. So we'll jump into conclusion where the linear magnification is more. That case the experimenter prefers. Experiment prefers the image forming at a least distance of distinct vision based on the magnification. Linear magnification is more in this particular case as compared to the image formed at infinity. But practically speaking, though the linear magnification being less in case of the image formed at infinity as compared to the image formed at a least distance of distinct vision, experimenter must prefer this particular case, image forming at infinity, because the experimenter gazes his sight to see the enlarged image of an object, image being formed at infinity. Image being formed at infinity, there will be much strain on the eyes of the experimenter. Whereas image formed at a least distance of distinct vision, there will be some strain on the eye. So practically you also have witnessed night time watching the sky and gazing your sight to the distant stars, there will be less strain on your eyes. When you start reading your book keeping 25 centimeter, your eyes get strained and will not be that comfortable. So you will be comfortable seeing the distant objects. When you are seeing distant object like distant stars and all, there will be less strain on your eyes. So here for this particular case, there is, though the linear magnification is a bit less, but there won't be much strain on the eyes of the experimenter to see the distant objects or image formed at infinity. Thank you. In the next class, we discuss the compound microscope. In compound microscope also there are two cases, image forming at the least distance of distinct vision and image formed at infinity. Thank you.